And hiding in a bush.
Woo!
So this is me
Yeah.
playing Horizon.
More bushes.
More bushes. So anybody that listened to the podcast recently would have heard that I had a lot of issues with my game saves and that for this. So basically I'm just going through playing some cleanup. So I've dropped it onto easy difficulty and I'm basically doing side quests and trophy hunting and things.
You monster! How dare you?
I know, right?
It was peacefully just coming over to play.
Yeah, his mates aren't though. His mates saw me do that.
No, I think they saw you do that one. That's why that one's all growly.
So basically what I wanted to do here was in the background, kind of where I am now to my right, there's like a giant metal giraffe. It's called a tall neck. And they're like walking sync points from Assassin's Creed.
Got it.
So you climb up to the top of one and you basically sync at the top and it opens up the map and then you fuck off and go do other ones. So this was just a little bit of gameplay of me doing a couple of tall necks. Now they're in areas and each area is kind of leveled, so you have to go, this is a level 21 or I think this one's level 18 one, I can't remember. But what you have to do is you have to find the tall neck, you have to clear out or avoid the monsters in the area, and then you have to find the bit of land that you climb up to jump on it.
I need to get up to the tall neck's head.
Which could be frustrating as well, because sometimes you can find a bit and then you have to wait 3 minutes for the damn thing to walk around again, and you feel like a tit in a trance, just kind of hanging around, waiting for this thing to walk to you.
Is it that? Is that what you need to climb on?
No.
I know you can't see me pointing.
Well, I can't see what you're pointing at now, so it's not help, really. I know, because I've talked about this game a lot on the podcast, so I'm very much a fan of this game. And
It's made of metal. How did you set it on fire?
Its weakness is fire. So from here, if you tap R3, which is the right trigger, the right stick button,
Yep.
You bring up your focus and you can look at the animals, the machines around you, and it'll tell you what bits of it are weak to what. So if you want to shoot off its rocket launchers in case it's going to kill you, that bit is weak to something else. And yeah, so you were basically, at this point, because I'm playing on easy, basically loading these particular ones up with a lot of fire arrows, you'd get no trouble from them at all. Playing them previously, when I played on ultra hard, you'd have to strap them down and trap them and tear off components, and a fight against a medium-sized enemy could take 5 or 10 minutes if you were struggling a bit.
It's dead, Brooks. Let it go.
I needed to make sure. But the thing that really strikes me with this game, and it only does it some credit looking at it on the video that we're doing this on, is just how beautiful it is.
It does look quite nice.
Do you remember when the Tomb Raider reboot first came out, and then it came out on PC, and I was like, oh, look at Lara Croft's hair and all this shit. I'm like, I walk around this world and her hair flows in the wind and all the grass and shit is flowing, and little bits of sand blowing up, and sand blows up from under your feet when you run. It's just everything about it, like the little bits of attention to detail as you run around this properly gorgeous world as well. At this point, I think I've probably, even though they're low-level enemies, I think I've probably bitten off a little bit more I can chew, and I'm bugging out and
just running away.
Just trying to find a bit where I can hide. But
it's no shame in running and hiding.
No, not when there's that many things coming after you.
Blast wire.
Yep. So it's basically a tripwire.
This should be a good spot for jumping onto the tall neck.
And you use it for like trappings or setting booby traps, especially for like those bigger monsters like the one in front of me there. You stick a shock wire in front of them and they trip over it, it shocks and disables them, and now you can fucking leather into them without them doing too much damage to you. I think I'm about level 40 on this particular save, this bit of video. So level 40 and playing on easy, there's not an awful lot that causes me issues. I did have to do a side mission to chase after like a big bad T-Rex thing. It was like the worst of the worst, and it took me about 20 minutes to take it down with a lot of running and a lot of running away. Because they're big and they're faster than you expect them to be.
Wow, that thing's really stupid.
Yeah.
Literally standing next to you.
Yeah.
You've now shot it like 6 times.
Would you like to know what that thing's called?
Go on then.
It's called a Watcher. Somewhat ironic.
Couldn't watch its own way out. I don't know.
But what I've noticed, when you run around this world, and what I think is genius as well, when you run around this world, there's no loading screens, there's no texture loading. It all looks this gorgeous all of the time. And it changes. You can be in a forest, you can be in the desert. There's a massive snow section that I haven't been near. Well, there's a snow section in the main game, but obviously there's the Frozen Wilds, which is the DLC for it, which I haven't touched yet. I basically wanted to be max level before I went to it, and now I hate the fact that I put that stipulation on myself because I really want to get on and play it, and I'm still at level 41. Yes, large metal giraffe with the top of the Starship Enterprise on its head.
I'm confused as to why it hasn't like just shaken its head a little bit and thrown you off.
Because it's not. It just walks in a pattern. It's not really sentient like the rest of the machines. It's just,
Okay.
it's basically a giant radar.
Kind of like the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is what I mean. Like when we were talking in the God of War video about being able to look at the vistas, I literally wanted to stand up here and just look at what was going on because it's just so well made. Why would you fix the camera? And then, although this is all kind of when you jump off the edge, it's kind of scripted. You don't really do anything except hit triangle. It does look and feel so very cool.
It did seem pretty pretty. That's also very cool.
Yeah.
And then you almost get stepped on.
Yeah. So then I thought I'd go off and do another one. And basically I spent half an hour just going around clearing the 3 tall necks that I still needed to clear. I think I've got video footage of all 3, but I just put 2 in here because the 3rd one was done at night because it's got a proper day-night cycle in the game. It was done at night, and while it was cool and it was fun, you can't really see much because it's fires and me hanging around in the dark, just stabbing people.
And now you're going to find the next one.
Yeah.
There it is. Well done, Brooks. You can read a map. Weird ass structure made of wood.
Yes, it's the outside of a bandit camp. That's a bandit camp that I liberated earlier on in the game that I've just kind of fast travelled to.
Okay.
So any campfire, or most campfires when you find them, assuming you go to them and save at them, you can then fast travel to them. Which is handy because that map is fucking huge and can take ages to get across, even because you can unlock a skill to override some machines and mount them and ride them off to wherever you want to go. Even then, sometimes it can take bloody ages. And it's not like with Assassin's Creed Origins, you can get on your horse and just hit like triangle and go to area. But this, you have to steer your mount all the time. So it can take ages and it can be long and boring. So I fast travel where I can.
I need to find a way up to the tonic's head.
So there be my tall neck. And there are giant
Giant
alligators.
Yep.
Snap jaws, I think they're called. Snap maw, actually, I think they're called.
That's less fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've been defeated by a log.
Yep. Story of my life.
Here we go.
Bye bye.
Aw. You're rather mean. They
Well,
just want to. They just want to be friends.
These fuckers are pretty mean all on their own, to be fair.
See, you killed it, and now he's sad because his friend's dead. And then you attacked it for no reason.
At this point, I am going. I maybe shouldn't have done that, and I maybe should run. But I'm in the fight now, so I need to crack on and kill this fucking thing.
It's got ice breath.
Yes, so you have some things spit ice, some things spit fire, some things like shock you. There's a thing called corruption, which is basically part of the storyline of the game. Is this corruption thing? It's basically poison for you. It doesn't do you an awful lot of good at all. But this is it's the beauty of this game, and I think this is what made so many people go, "Oh shit, really? It's like this? This is from the guys that made Killzone." Because Killzone, as much as I love it, is a fucking corridor shooter with not an awful lot of variety to it. Whereas this, every enemy you need to face differently, especially at the harder difficulties. You need to face them differently. You need to be tactical. You've got giant flying birds that fire ice at you. You need to stake them down and critical hit them a couple of times just to survive them. But until you actually face one of these things, you don't necessarily know that. So, the variety in this game, there's never a dull moment unless you're walking around the map doing nothing.
Would you leave fucking robo crocodiles alone?
Well, at this point now I'm panicking because the tall neck's coming round and I need to kill the fucking thing quick so I can go jump on the tall neck. And he keeps running away from me like a bitch. Yeah, I kind of wanted to use the third tall neck I went after because it was done at a human camp where they've got a machine called a corruptor that's like theirs, and it will annihilate you in 2 or 3 hits. So basically I snuck around, climbed up to the top of the tall neck and hung around up there and shot it from up there so it couldn't get me.
Made it.
And it was a lot of fun and looked kind of cool, but unfortunately, like I said, it was done at night time, so wouldn't have been very interesting to watch as a video, I don't think.
So yeah, you're probably right. I do like that the tall necks have different climbing methods, I guess.
Yeah, well, there's only 5 of them in the whole game, I think. So I think there's only 2 different sets of ways up, I suppose. But it's not, because there's only 5, it doesn't get boring at all.
Weird bird thing.
That's a glint hawk. I kind of looked at that and went, I could take that on, but actually, they're giant cunts. So I'm not going to. So I said I've just fucked off from here, and yeah. I'll be doing a separate video at some point when I finally get around to playing the Frozen Wilds, because it looks like it could be fun, and there's proper story missions and things that I can play. But that's for another time. But I suppose for now, mate, this is me just been dicking around on Horizon for 20 minutes.
It does look pretty, and you are a massive dick.
It's so gorgeous. I can't get enough of just hanging around in that game. It's so nice. And Aloy is so cool. She's not one of these. She's a bit like Lara Croft-ish. She doesn't need rescuing. She's just a fucking badass, and that's all I wanted out of her. And she's really cool.